What do you mean, it's June already? Okay, so it's time for Pickup Leftovers of the Month. Let's do it, guys. A lot of cool stuff has been happening over in May. Of course, I show you all the stuff I picked up, but that didn't get featured in any of the episodes. Now we're gonna take a look at those, but before we do, I just want to tell you guys, I finally got some of these cool business cards for my channel. I don't know. Now, it wasn't my idea to make these business cards, but as I was going to so many conventions and talking to people, it just seemed easier for me to be able to hand these out, and actually stole the idea from the Belgian channel called the Vale Casuals, the Dirty Casuals. They play games and they have a lot of fun, so it actually says so on the back. We play games and we're funny. And then Jarrett probably said, what do you want more? So if you're from Belgium or you're from Holland and you speak Dutch, definitely check out the Vale Casuals on YouTube. They're a Let's Play channel and they just talk about so much funny stuff during the playing of these old crappy games. They really go for the crappy and the shittiest games out there, so definitely check them out. Yeah, might as well pop my card on there too. Of course, I got Facebook, I got Instagram, I got Twitter. Follow me on there, guys. The links will be down below in the description too. And talking about crappy games, I picked up a ton of crappy games this time. Let's start off with Funhouse. Funhouse is a top-down rollerblade shooter or something. You basically have to collect items within a certain time frame, and yeah, that makes you complete the level. I was thinking this is gonna be a really crappy game. However, it's not that bad. And somebody wrote West Side on the back over here. What's that about? Funhouse. Yeah. Then a really crappy game is Where's Waldo? Yeah, I didn't like this game at all. I much rather prefer to play the books. Yeah, this didn't really do anything for me, unfortunately. But it's a game I needed for my collection. Then we got Immortal. Now, the cover looks really cool, and it's actually not a bad game. It has this isometric view. It kind of feels like a dungeon crawler. It is kind of a dungeon crawler. So you're going through dungeons. You're finding bodies. You steal keys and rings off of people, and you're actually a wizard. You have to fight monsters and other kinds of goblins along the way. So yeah, you're a wizard trying to get out of this dungeon, and it's pretty cool. I'm gonna play this a bit more next week because it definitely got me fascinated, this game. Those were 3 games for my NES collection. Now let's move on to some toys. Like I said, I went over to a lot of conventions, and at one of the conventions, a buddy of mine met up with me. The day before, he actually sent me a text like, hey, there's a lot of turtles over here at this booth. He was over at a flea market. He was sending me pictures. I was like, oh, I need that one, I need that one. He brought him over to the convention, and he picked them up for a great price for me, and thanks so much, Danny, for doing that. One of the highlights in there was definitely this Raphael. It looks like a movie turtle, but it actually isn't. It's a Japanese or a Chinese bootleg. So the arms aren't rubbery, it's all plastic. So it's the same mold, but it's all plastic, and of course, the eyes are cross-eyed. Yeah. He's got some weird crooked side going on over here, but it's pretty cool to see this bootleg figure over here in Belgium. I didn't think I was going to find those anywhere soon, so yeah, definitely a great add to the collection. He picked up some other cool turtles for me I did not yet have, and a big Jurassic Park figurine. So he also picked up this Jurassic Park figure for me. That was pretty neat of him. Don't know if it's broken. I'll probably be able to fix it. Then I also went over to GameWalhalla. Now, GameWalhalla is actually a store really close to my hometown. It's about a 15-minute drive from where I live, and I go over there quite often. I talk to the manager. And in this occasion, I wasn't really finding anything in the store, but somebody came in to sell some stuff to the store. So he came in with 2 really big bags of stuff. I saw the owner going through them, picking out what he wanted. So after he was done, I was like, would you mind if I take a look if there's anything in there I still want? And he was like, yeah, definitely go for it. So that was great. I mean, I let the store owner go through it first, so it wasn't like I was taking away his business. Or, I mean, he owns a store, so he should get first dibs on what people bring in. You shouldn't just be out there trying to get stuff off of them. But anyways, I picked up a couple games from this guy. This guy was selling them for really cheap to me. He said, like, if I take them over to Game Mania, they're probably gonna offer me like 50 cents. So it was like, you know, I don't mind giving €4 each for these games. And those are some GameCube games, actually. I picked up Universal Studio Parks, or is it called Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure? That's what it's called. A cool GameCube game. The main reason I picked it up is because the Jurassic Park ride is in here, and yeah, I just needed to have that. Also picked up another GameCube game, which is hopefully not broken now. So this is Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. It's a fighting game, of course. You fight against other monsters, and it kind of made me feel like I was playing King of the Monsters, that Neo Geo game. It also came out on the SNES and on the Mega Drive. So you're basically fighting monsters, and whilst you're doing that, you're destroying the city that you're in. So a pretty cool game to add. And it doesn't stop there with Godzilla. I also picked up Godzilla Unleashed on the DS. However, I'm not really feeling this game too much. But, you know, it's Godzilla, so I might as well add it to the collection. €4 each. Great deal. Thanks again to GameWalhalla for letting me rummage through the stuff they didn't want. And then, of course, I got some other pickups. I picked up games for other systems than the Game Boy or the NES. A friend of mine was selling off some stuff, so I bought Cool Spot for the Master System. This is a PAL exclusive Master System game. It's just a platformer. Not much to say about this one, however, it's pretty cool to have it. So I picked up Final Fantasy Origins for the PS1. This is, of course, the first and the second Final Fantasy game, a bit upscaled for the PlayStation 1 with some new, with some more cutscenes and stuff like that. So very happy to get to add these 2 games to the collection. And then, of course, I got this really damn cool Turtles find. A friend of mine who sold his collection about a year ago, he still had one really cool item left. That guy is called Coon. I'll have a picture of him over here, dressed as a foot soldier. He's really into turtles, but he had to sell his collection. I bought a ton of stuff from him, and he was still holding back this one item. Now, before I show you what I got, because it's pretty much a holy grail of sorts. It's a holy grail to me, at least. So, you know, back in the day, you could get all of these turtles on the card. These were the original ones that came out in 1988. I have all 4 of them, which I'm really glad about. But then again, in 1992, they put out a special edition of these, and but in 1992 they actually put out a special collector's 4-pack. So yeah, this is a pack that features the 4 original turtles all in one. As you can see, the weapons are down in there. Just a great item to get. Thanks again, Coon, for giving it to me for such a great price. The box is just a bit beat up, but it's definitely very cool to get and have in my collection. As a turtle nut, I definitely wanted this in my collection. So yeah, this is gonna get a special spot over here, and I'm gonna be looking at it a lot, I guess. So yeah, those were all of the leftover pickups of this month. I hope to see you guys next week somewhere. I will put out a new episode, hopefully. Yeah. I got some more episodes coming up, of course. I went to a lot of conventions. There might be a new Behind the Collector coming out where we go to one of the coolest Nintendo rooms in Belgium. Oh my god, you guys, this is such a sick Nintendo collection. I couldn't believe my eyes when I got there. And there might be a cool flea market find video too. So definitely stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, I will see you next week. Bye!